Our universe is a place of wonder. It's filled with mysteries. These mysteries often leave us confused, but confusion isn't always bad. It can be a powerful tool. Think about it. What happens when we are confused? We become curious, we start to question, we seek answers. Confusion makes us pay attention. It disrupts our expectations. This disruption can be used strategically. We call this strategic confusion. It's the art of using confusion to our advantage. It's about creating uncertainty in the minds of others. This uncertainty can be used to achieve a goal. Think of a magician. They use confusion to amaze us. They make the impossible seem possible. Or consider a skilled negotiator. They might use confusion to secure a better deal. Confusion is a tool. Like any tool, it can be used for good or bad. The key is to understand its power. We need to know how to use it effectively. In the right hands, confusion can be a force for positive change. It can lead to new discoveries and innovative solutions. So embrace the unexpected. Let confusion guide you to new perspectives. Strategic confusion is not about creating chaos. It's not about lying or deceiving. It's about using information strategically. It's about choosing what to reveal and what to conceal. The goal is to create a desired effect. This effect could be to gain a competitive edge, influence decision-making, or simply to spark curiosity. Think of it like a game of chess. Each move is calculated. Each move is designed to outmaneuver the opponent. Strategic confusion works in a similar way. We anticipate the reactions of others. We use this anticipation to our advantage. There are different techniques within strategic confusion. These techniques include controlled ambiguity, misdirection, and selective transparency. Each technique has its own strengths and weaknesses. The key is to choose the right technique for the situation. Strategic confusion is a powerful tool, but it's important to use it responsibly. It should never be used to harm or deceive others. Instead, it should be used to promote understanding and achieve positive outcomes. Magicians are masters of confusion. They use it to create awe and wonder. Their illusions are carefully crafted deceptions. These deceptions play on our senses. They make us question what we see and believe. Think of a classic magic trick. A magician makes a rabbit disappear. How do they do it? They use misdirection. They draw our attention away from the trick. Our focus shifts to something else. This allows the magician to perform the illusion undetected. Magicians also use controlled ambiguity. They present information in a way that is open to interpretation. This ambiguity keeps us guessing. We try to make sense of what we are seeing, but the magician holds the key to the illusion. The art of magic lies in understanding human perception. Magicians exploit our natural biases. They know how to manipulate our attention. This manipulation creates the illusion of magic. In the cutthroat world of business, strategic confusion can be a valuable tool. Companies use it to gain a competitive edge. They might use controlled ambiguity to keep their strategies secret. This prevents competitors from copying them. Imagine a tech company developing a groundbreaking product. They might release vague statements about its features. This generates buzz and speculation. Competitors are left in the dark. They struggle to keep up. Misdirection is another common tactic. Companies might launch a marketing campaign for one product, but their real goal is to boost sales of another. This diverts attention from their true intentions. Selective transparency can also be effective. A company might publicize its commitment to sustainability. This builds trust with consumers, but they might be less transparent about other aspects of their operations. The business world is a complex landscape. Strategic confusion can help companies navigate this landscape successfully. Section 5, the political arena shaping public perception. Politics is another realm where strategic confusion reigns supreme. Politicians often use it to shape public opinion. They might employ controlled ambiguity to avoid taking a firm stance on controversial issues. This allows them to appeal to a wider range of voters. For example, a politician might give a speech about the economy. They might use vague language about their plans for job creation. This ambiguity leaves voters with a positive impression, but it also avoids making specific promises that could be difficult to keep. Misdirection is also common in political campaigns. Politicians might focus on attacking their opponent's character. This distracts voters from the real issues at stake. Selective transparency is another tool in the political arsenal. Politicians might highlight their accomplishments while downplaying their failures. This creates a favorable image in the eyes of the public. Section 6. Poker face. Mastering the game of deception. Poker is a game of skill, strategy, and deception. Players use strategic confusion to outwit their opponents. A good poker face is essential. It masks a player's true emotions, making it difficult for others to read their hand. Controlled ambiguity is key in poker. Players use their bets and body language to create uncertainty. They might bet strongly with a weak hand, or they might act passively with a strong hand. This keeps their opponents guessing. Misdirection is also crucial. Players might try to give the impression that they have a certain hand when they don't. This can lead their opponents to make costly mistakes. Selective transparency comes into play when players choose to reveal information about their hand. They might do this through their betting patterns or by making subtle gestures. The goal is to manipulate their opponent's perceptions. Poker is a microcosm of strategic confusion. It demonstrates how confusion can be used to gain an advantage in a competitive environment. Section 7. Controlled ambiguity, leaving room for interpretation. Controlled ambiguity is a powerful technique. It involves presenting information in a way that is open to multiple interpretations. This deliberate vagueness can be used to achieve a variety of goals. In negotiations, controlled ambiguity can be used to find common ground. By leaving certain terms open to interpretation, parties can reach an agreement without committing to specifics. This can be helpful when dealing with complex or sensitive issues. In marketing, controlled ambiguity can be used to create intrigue and generate buzz. For example, a movie trailer might use ambiguous imagery and sound to pique viewers' curiosity without revealing too much about the plot. In diplomacy, controlled ambiguity can be used to diffuse tense situations. By using language that is open to interpretation, diplomats can avoid making statements that could be perceived as provocative or inflammatory. This can help to prevent misunderstandings and maintain peace. The key to using controlled ambiguity effectively is to strike a balance between vagueness and clarity. The information presented should be ambiguous enough to achieve the desired effect, but it should not be so vague that it creates confusion or mistrust. Section 8. Misdirection, shifting focus and attention. Misdirection is a classic technique used in magic, but it also has applications in other areas of life. It involves diverting attention away from one thing by focusing on something else. In security, misdirection can be used to deter crime. For example, a homeowner might install fake security cameras to make their property look less appealing to burglars. The cameras don't actually record anything, but they create the illusion of security. In parenting, misdirection can be used to redirect a child's attention away from something undesirable. For example, if a child is throwing a tantrum, a parent might distract them with a toy or a game. This can help to de-escalate the situation and regain control. In public speaking, misdirection can be used to keep the audience engaged. For example, a speaker might start with a surprising statistic or a humorous anecdote to capture the audience's attention before delving into the main topic. Misdirection is a versatile tool that can be used to influence perception and behavior. It's about understanding how attention works and using that knowledge to your advantage. Section 9. Selective transparency, revealing only what serves. Selective transparency is the art of choosing what information to reveal and what to conceal. It's about controlling the narrative and shaping perceptions. In relationships, selective transparency can be used to build trust and intimacy. It's about being open and honest about the things that matter, but it's also about knowing when to keep certain things private. Not everything needs to be shared. In business, selective transparency can be used to build a strong reputation. Companies might choose to be transparent about their values, their commitment to sustainability, or their efforts to create a diverse and inclusive workplace. This transparency can help to build trust with customers, employees, and investors. In government, selective transparency can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, transparency is essential for accountability. Citizens have a right to know how their government is operating. On the other hand, too much transparency can be detrimental to national security. The key to using selective transparency effectively is to be strategic and intentional. It's about finding the right balance between openness and discretion. Section 10. Conclusion: harnessing confusion for good. Confusion is often seen as a negative force, but as we've seen, it can also be a powerful tool for good. When used strategically, confusion can help us to achieve our goals, solve problems, and create positive change in the world. The key is to approach confusion with a sense of curiosity and a willingness to embrace the unexpected. By understanding the different techniques of strategic confusion, we can learn to use it to our advantage. Whether we're magicians, business leaders, politicians, or simply trying to navigate the complexities of everyday life, strategic confusion can be a valuable tool in our arsenal. By mastering the art of the unexpected, we can unlock new possibilities and create a more engaging and fulfilling life. So the next time you find yourself feeling confused, don't despair. Embrace the feeling, explore it. You might just be surprised by what you discover. Remember, sometimes the greatest clarity comes from a place of confusion.